I decided to have Destiny without a capital D, as it just made it a bit more mysterious, as it is meant to have a capital D, but I didn't want it to, purely because it should have one, and I didn't want it to because it just makes it a lot more interesting, and I think it already gives away to the audience that it should, like, it's not going to follow the normal conventions of a film. I think the second definition here, the predetermined course of events, really shows that I think really links into my film. I think this is the main one that works the best, although all of them link in, like the power that predetermines the course of events. This is also shown throughout my film. So I think it is important, and also is used from Pulp Fiction, as shown here. You can compare them, and I think that it just helps to establish the audience what's going to happen. I did want this opening shot here, where the letter is given, to be a bit longer, because most people wouldn't be able to read that in the time that I've given. Maybe if I were to make it more effective, I think it would make it more effective if I made the first time that you see this a lot longer, and then the second time you see it shorter, because I think you already know what's going to happen. It was the first day when I went filming, I decided that I just wanted it all in first person view. It wasn't until uploading all my footage and realising that it does get quite tedious all in the same shot, that I decided that I was going to do shots from the forest, like looking through the forest as if someone was watching. I think this shows the audience a bit of uncertainty. The audience doesn't know at the end still if it was the girl watching or if it's someone else watching, especially as she turns her head round to look. It still isn't made clear who it was watching. On the second time of the scenario playing, I got some audience feedback and they watched the full-length version, and after they watched it they just said it's too repetitive. So one of them said to me that it might be a good idea if I cut it out, if I edited out the whole scenario. So I stopped it from about I stopped it after the letter was shown, and then played it again when all of the shots link in, when they all fade across each other here. As you can see, I've cut it out completely, as people just found it boring to watch, and it was just too repetitive as well. With the music that goes with my film, I had great trouble with this, as the music that I first chose, which was this.
They're singing out loud while I'm sitting here doubting faith. When I try to shout, the words don't come out, but you turn around and say.
Didn't fit in with the one that didn't fit in with the action, as you can see. The lyrics are completely off, nothing matched at all, and it just didn't work. After getting some audience feedback, they agreed. So eventually I decided to use strings to help with the pace of the film, and also as I thought it would link in more, as they are related with horror and with love, the two genres of my film. After looking at some classical music, I came across this. I got someone in the music department to do something very similar to this, and I wanted the scenario where he finds the girl to be a lot slower and calmer, whereas the other scenario I wanted that to be a lot more quicker and choppier. So that's what she managed to do for me. Although I had to play the same piece of music over and over again, which I didn't really like, but it was the only thing I had to do at such late notice. It was by accident that I came across playing the music backwards in this part here, where it reverses. It was by accident I came across doing the reversal, as my teacher was looking at it, accidentally played it back by accident. Although it actually sounded quite good, so I decided to use it in my film, and the final effect was really effective, as it breaks up the sound to the viewer after having a very similar sound all the way through. Just breaks up the shots, making it more aesthetically pleasing. Overall, I think my film worked really well, and all three productions worked well together. And I think they all look really effective and work well with each other, and I'm really pleased with the final outcome. Some of the good aspects that I liked from my film was I liked all the elements of postmodernism that I included, although I think doing it again I would want to include more aspects, because since doing this I've learned a lot more about postmodernism, and I just want to include all aspects to make sure that it was, although I wouldn't want it to be too obvious to the viewer, but I'd still want it to be portrayed quite clearly. Although there are a few aspects of my film that I would change, and I would like to do it again, but with a wider time frame, so I could include all of the things that I want to do, such as the flashbacks as well.